behind us. He's going to hit the afterburner, go into a rolling power climb right over the top of Air Show Center. A second ago, you can see up to the north, we've got the P-51 and the A-10, your favorite.
There, the Warthog, there it is, that ugly, beautiful plane.
They're just making some clearing turns just outside the Air Show box, but inside the waivered airspace. Here's your special guest. And up into the vertical we go. With a 7G push up to the sky through that little bit of a cloud deck there. He's going to go into a roll sequence now, pulling it up over the top. And our F-22 is going to top out at about 7,000 feet, come over the top, do a very, very tight course reversal. Here's your rolls on the down line now, 1.5. He's going to extend out toward the east. Now, this aircraft uses thrust vectoring. In other words, the exhaust nozzles on the back there point the exhaust not back out directly along the longitudinal axis of the airplane.
This plane is nasty cool.
This aircraft has 8 missiles, all on internal racks. Of course, the racks are empty for the demonstration. They can be targeted in 8 separate directions. It's got a 20-millimeter gun firing 6,000 rounds a minute. 2 engines on board provide 70,000 pounds of thrust. We're going to use all 70 grand out here today. You got that rolling course reversal to the center. This is a maximum performance, minimum radius power turn right at show center. So you see the afterburners blowing. And he is just going to rip around there. That's a 7G turn. And he's doing the hook maneuver as he comes around.
This plane, the stealth technology, is so secret still. You cannot export. This is an America-only product, and it is really invisible to radar.
You can see the shock diamonds glowing in the afterburner trail. You can see the fire coming out of the exhaust nozzles. Negative G pushover. Now, we're going to suspend physics for a little while here while we take a look at this aircraft. He's rolled out on a heading. He's rolled out on an airspeed, and he's going to take that airspeed down to just about 0. He turned in 1 aircraft length, doing a 180 in the sky in a flat turn from north to south. Now he's facing the crowd. We don't normally have to go high alpha at something like this. He slowed that aircraft down to less than 200 miles an hour. You saw the maximum performance minimum radius turn before. This is a nice slow turn the opposite direction at show center. So nice, easy, gentle left roll.
And the weaponry on this thing can fire 8 different missiles in 8 different directions or something like that.
All at the same time. What he's going to do is he's going to bring this aircraft around and he's going to open up the doors so you can see where all that ordnance is inside there. He's going to stick out the missile rails from the flanks. He's going to open the bomb bay doors there, and that's going to do 2 things. It's going to highlight where you hide all of this stuff. It's going to make for some really cool photographs, and it is also going to allow that aircraft's internal systems to cool down just a little bit because he's been using the hot afterburner there. You do translate some of that heat to the airframe as it comes through, and the friction from traveling at high speeds also heats up the airframe just a little. Now you can see we got the doors open, we got the belly doors open, we got the missile rails exposed on the flanks, and there they go. Now they're all closed up. He's going to hit the burner now, and he has cycled that. He is going to go and do a rolling course reversal. Look at how tight that aircraft turns. Normally you have a big sweeping gentle turn. You don't need big sweeping gentle turns with this one. You can actually stand it up on the tail, and you can actually have the heavy end rotate around the light end, and you will see that in some of the world's smallest loops flown by a air dominance airplane.
You know, if I'm one of the bad guys, some bad foreign country, whatever, and I see a bunch of these things lined up, it's like, okay, I surrender. What do you want? You want all my money? You want my wife? You got it. I surrender.
Right now, I hope you don't surrender your camera because he's going to be coming in for a dedication pass. This is going to be a nice high speed, kind of a banana pass, close in. He's diving for airspeed. He's using a lot of that energy built up in his dive here, and he's going to put it up on knife edge as he comes by. There you go. There's a dedication pass. We're going to get an overhead view of that aircraft as he goes by. He's going to go down to air show left or up to the north. He's going to do a rolling course reversal and bring that aircraft back in. Now, when he comes back in from the left, if you've got a video camera or if you've got like limited memory left on your iPhone per se, and you want to see something really, really cool, go ahead and hit the video option on this one, because when he comes back in and he's going to do a 360-degree aileron roll, he's going to pull back on the stick and watch for one of those really tight inside where you're actually rolling the heavy end around the light end loops up in the middle of this next maneuver. So here he is. He's down on the deck, relatively, for the 22. Now he's going to pull to the vertical, getting a little bit of visible water vapor off the leading edge of the wing. There's a 1.5 roll. Now he's going to stand it on its tail. Watch for that really short loop right in here. Pull, 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 pull. Let the heavy end rotate around the light end. You've got the cockpit in one spot. You've got the tail going around the cockpit. Now he's going to roll out on a heading. Don't like that heading? Change it 90 degrees. Don't like that heading? Change it another 90 degrees for 180 degrees. As that aircraft comes down, it looks like it might be in a flat spin. No, it's not. This is completely controlled under thrust vectoring. He's going to roll out after a 360-degree flat turn. He's going to aim it toward the boats, and he's going to head off toward the southeast. Hit the burners, going to go back up, get a little bit more altitude, and set up for his next maneuver.
And you can see that kind of that steam or it's a mist or something that forms over the wings.
Because we've got such a high humidity out here over the lake, that air that's compressed, the lower air pressure over the leading edge, the top of the wings, actually makes a lot of that evaporating air.
Like a little envelope of mist.
A little envelope of vapor is able to be seen for a moment off the leading edge of the wings over the top. Now here he is. He's done his rolling course reversal. He's going to level out the aircraft, keep it straight and level here, and watch for him to do a pull right here in just a second. There's the pull. A really, really short loop. Sean Tucker does the world's smallest loop, but this is pretty impressive for an aircraft that's 10 times the size of Sean Tucker's airplane right there. How about that for a short maneuvering loop? Again, thrust vectoring. He's moving those nozzles around. He's redirecting the exhaust gases away from the normal relative route of flight. So normally the exhaust nozzles just point straight out the back. Here you can actually redirect that exhaust left, right, up, or down to where you need it. So you're actually vectoring that thrust by redirecting those exhaust nozzles.
And to show you how loud this is, if you hear how loud it is through our microphones possibly, that plane is over a mile away.
He is over a mile away. And what he's going to do now, he's going feet dry. We talk about feet wet when you're out over the lake. He's now feet dry. He's going to come around in a big, gentle left-hand turn.
So if you're in the city, in the high-rises in the city listening to us, he's coming around behind you, behind Lakeshore Drive, over Lincoln Park.
Back over the top of North Avenue Beach. He's going to come back over Show Center. He's going to pull to the vertical, and he's going to hold it. So let's watch. He's going to pull it up to the vertical here. Nice kind of a whisper pass. He's going to pull it up to the vertical, let the airspeed degrade, add a whole bunch of throttle, and stand that aircraft on its tail.
He's stationary in the air.
He is stationary on the air.
Just like Sean Tucker and all the other stunt pilots.
And you could actually hear him add a little bit of more throttle to keep that aircraft on heading. He's going to let it sink back down.
Backwards,
got a little bit of a tail slide there, and he pushes the nose over, and he's going to dive, and he's going to get some more energy. And he'll come back around for a low-speed pass.
A Raptor.
There it is. This aircraft basically is one of the, you'll notice that it is got low observable markings. Unless you look really, really close, you can't tell what squadron it's from. It's got radar absorbing paint, that kind of gray, dull paint.
And the angular nature of the structure helps with the stealth technology and making it invisible on radar.
Right. That's what I was going to mention next, is that it is very angular. It looks different than any other aircraft. Here's a high angle of attack, or a high alpha tail stand. This is showcasing the slow speed maneuvering of this aircraft. It's going about 120 miles an hour right there as he crosses over the show line, adding a whole bunch of burner.
Very slowly across North Avenue Beach, the nose in the air, tail down.
The outer surface on this aircraft is 39% titanium.
So it's hard to believe it can stay airborne. He's so slow.
There's all sorts of exotic materials in here. Titanium, 39% or 39%. 24% is composite. 16% is aluminum.
Please, Chris, don't give all this out. The Russians could be listening now.
Nuts. Well, too late. And 1/10% thermoplastic.
Yeah.
So thermoplastic. I think we got that.
we don't know about.
Got that in the bag. A wing area about 840 square feet, 35,000 pounds of thrust coming out of the engine there. Maximum takeoff weight about 60,000 pounds. You can pull up to 9 Gs in this aircraft. The type has been around since 1997.
All right. Well, this is quite a show. The F-22.
He's going to go and join up for the Heritage flight with the A-10 and the P-51 here.
And that's coming right up.
Shortly,
the Raptor is wowing them here at North Avenue Beach in the Chicago lakefront. It is 1-29. Make that 1:30 now in Chicago. Let's get traffic and weather sponsored by Boost Mobile. And here is Neil Fiorito.
Well, big delays along Lakeshore Drive with the Air and Water Show taking place right now. Also, the Cubs are in town at Wrigley Field. They started at 1:20. South Shore and Metra running extra trains for you today. CTA offering longer service. Over on the southbound tri-state, big delays near the Bensonville Bridge, stretching all the way back to Devon with a crash in the left lane. Typical Sunday afternoon delays on your expressways and roads in northwest Indiana. Switch to Boost Mobile's best family plan and get 4 lines for just $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save. The WBBM AccuWeather forecast for today, sunny, high near 90, tonight's low 67. 84 at the airports, 82 along the lakefront, 87 in Buffalo Grove. Get traffic and weather together on the 8s every 10 minutes on News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
This is Chicago's all-news station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM and CBSChicago.com.
Good